Hello friends, you've joined me today in the Phoenix Mountains Preserve, right in the middle of Phoenix. Although you would never know by looking at where we are. I just got off work and I want to go find something to paint. I'm pretty tired though, so I want to find something that's really simple, but also that captures the essence of this landscape in a way. What I'm really interested in is strong light and shadow, especially with this beautiful low angle late afternoon sun that we have. Now I am brand new to plein air, and so that's another reason why I want to find something simple. Plein air has been a humbling experience for me. It has this way of showing you exactly where all of your artistic weaknesses are. But that's also why I believe it's going to make me a better artist. So as I'm walking around, I'm looking at interesting shadows, interesting way the light is falling across the landscape. I'm kind of liking the way the light is hitting that mountain, which I've painted before. But I'm not sure yet if I want to go big scale with this landscape or smaller scale, zooming in on a particular feature, or maybe both somehow. I really don't know. Oh, look at that. I've painted this exact spot before. Well, I think that's gonna be it. I really like the way that big shadow is being cast across this little peak by that rock outcrop. My angle is kind of looking up at it, so I think that'll be an interesting painting. Probably gonna frame it something like that, just that area, and really focus on the light and shadow. Also got a little bit of shade in this Palo Verde tree, so let me get set up and I'll get to work. All right, I'm gonna just spray my paint down to reactivate it, get it nice and wet. I'm gonna just drop in a very simple sketch outlining the most important features, like the top of the ridgeline and where the major shadows are being cast across the scene. Also outlining some of the big trees that are being lit by the sun and the shadow is falling behind them. I really love scenes where you've got a brightly lit object in front of a very dark background. Watercolor is very, very good for painting things like that. So I'm going to just start by dropping in a very simple sky. My go-to mix is cerulean blue, cobalt blue, and then a little bit of cobalt blue light, and then also a touch of lavender, which takes the edge off. Now, what really fascinates me about this scene is how warm everything looks. That low angle late afternoon sun is just bathing this hillside in this beautiful warm light. So I'm going to tone basically the entire paper with this very warm color. A lot of oranges and reds and yellows all mixed together. And by toning the paper this way, everything that I paint on top of it will have a little bit of that glow, even the shadows will. Because remember, watercolor is transparent. So you'll be able to see, in a way, through the layers. That's what gives it this amazing, vibrant luminosity, is the fact that it's transparent. Now I'm starting to drop in the color of the grass on the hillside and the rocks, using a pretty earthy green. I really just mixed up a green using yellow, cadmium yellow and cobalt blue, and then mixed it into that orange color I already had on the palette. And that gives you a really nice, warm, earthy, muted green. Now dropping in that first real big shadow that's falling across the hillside, and see how it cuts across that Palo Verde tree, and it immediately makes it just pop out of the scene. It emphasizes that highlight. Evenings out here in the desert are probably my favorite time of day to be in the desert. For one thing, it's not hot, or not as hot. And you get just the most beautiful lighting. Something about the desert landscape just is so magical with this late, very warm afternoon light. Luckily right now it's winter, so it's just the perfect temperature to be outside painting the desert. It would be way too hot to be doing this in the summer. So I'm painting around those barrel cactus because I want those to be kind of a plum reddish color, and I really want that color to stand out, so I'm leaving those blank. I'm painting around them. You also see that I slightly darkened and livened up that green as it came towards the foreground. These cactus tend to turn kind of a reddish, purplish color in the winter when they get cold. A lot of succulent plants actually do that. I know there's a scientific reason they do that, but I can't think of what it is at the moment. Now I'm just going to darken up some of these shadows. I want them to be kind of blue, fairly blue-gray. Adding some details back into that main shadow area on the cliffside. And I'm really trying to stay loose and more impressionistic with this painting than my studio paintings usually tend to be. Painting outside is a great way to loosen up because it kind of forces you to paint a little more loosely. I'm also working with changing light. The angles of the shadows are constantly changing as I'm painting the scene. So that also forces you to make quick decisions and not dilly-dally around. And I really love painting these long cast shadows across the ground. It just gives such a sense of dramatic light. That's why late evening, or late afternoon, early evening is one of my favorite times of day to paint because of the amazing shadows that you get. And I'm not a morning person, so, you know, I guess you could get the same effect in the morning, but I'm not usually up early enough to see that. Just adding a little more depth to the green in the foreground, a little more texture. Now with this really small brush, I'm just going to add a few details, small fine details to the branches here and there. By the way, I do offer full-length uncut lessons on my Patreon, which you can sign up for only $3 a month. The link is in the description if you're interested. And if you enjoy videos like this, I do hope that you subscribe to the channel, because I will be making many, many more videos like this in the coming days. I'm just darkening up a few of those shadows in the foreground And I'm actually adding in some cast shadows on the bottom right that aren't there in real life, just to add a little more interest, implying that the scene continues out of the frame. And it's getting pretty chilly and I forgot my jacket. So it's about time to turn in and go home. Well, I would call that a success. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope I'll see you on the next one.